Can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Kevin Durant is trying to prove himself through.
All right, thanks, DA. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Thursday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing off against DeMarcus Cousins and the Los Angeles Lakers. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. And for Brooklyn, Allen is out there with Jordan. And it's Durant. Then there's Irving. And it's Harris in at the 2-guard spot. And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. And Greg, after this season, Antetokounmpo will be eligible to sign a Supermax extension. The Bucks want him to stay happy.
The loss of Malcolm Brogdon last summer definitely stung. Trying to control costs, but you don't want to take a step back with Giannis's decision looming.
Now here's Durant. Jared Allen unable to get his last shot to go.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
They grab their own miss. Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is, and it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
This is his first free throw of the game. And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVPs in his future.
And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That's his first foul. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Irving kicks to Jordan. Just 4 to shoot. Second change shot, and it's sent back by Lopez.
Well, Lopez twice on the pipes. He has the length to do this every time on the defensive end.
The Nets have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals. Harris finds Jordan. Now Allen. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Here's Matthews, and it's Matthews with the jam.
You know this, Kevin. If you're open, you can count on Brook Lopez to find you. He uses his height to spot open teammates.
The Nets have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Irving. No good on the shot. The Bucks go the other way with it.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Here's Giannis, and Giannis throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And last year, Chris Middleton, not quite as dead-eye as he has been in the past. Still a solid shooter from all ranges.
Let's take a look at last year's top scorers. Third is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Katie against Middleton. Count that bucket. And for Middleton, Greg, you don't need all the volume out there from him. You just need the efficiency.
And Middleton has always been an efficient player. Great to have on a team as a second or third option.
The wide open look for Durant. And that's good off. The glass that time.
Well, listen, you do the best you can to make Kevin Durant take tough shots, but this guy, lightning quick release, unbelievable shooter, so hard to guard him.
Now here's Lopez. Bounce pass Middleton. Antetokounmpo, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Well, Kevin Durant goes right up with it. Doesn't give the defense a chance to react.
There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. The wide open look here for Lopez. And the Bucks miss again. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Outside Durant, top of the key. Offensive rebound, Nets. Allen, that's good.
Well, so often we're talking about Jared Allen's length, and he does it nicely on the offensive glass right there.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Antetokounmpo, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And here are the Nets. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Bledsoe against Irving. Stolen by Middleton. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nets lead by 2. One of the league's best point guards, Kyrie Irving, had this to say about
2011. I came into a league where the point.
Some say, Greg, a golden age at the point guard position.
Yeah, and Irving right there with the best of them. He embraces the challenge.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
We've got Jordan. Kyrie Irving is out there with Joe Harris. And it's Durant, and it's Allen in at the 4 slot. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Bangs home the trifecta. Matthews has got 5. Doris, there is nothing like opening night in the NBA. Every fan base just teeming with optimism for the upcoming season.
I think all of us are just so thrilled to have NBA basketball back. There's no losses in the losing columns. Everybody's happy. Let's tip it off and go.
And guys have that little step, and these first weeks of the season are always exciting.
Oh, no doubt. Everybody's bursting with enthusiasm. Players are fresh.
Back to Irving. A baseline J. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Middleton for 3. Kyrie Irving with the rebound. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Durant, the pass to Irving. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe with it. Guarded now by Irving. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Well, this guy, Kyrie Irving, just so reminiscent of his idol, Kobe Bryant. He is one of the cold-blooded scorers in the game, an absolute torture for a defender to guard.
substitution here for Brooklyn. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Jared Allen. Odion Kurucs comes in for Kevin Durant. Karis LeVert's checked in for Harris. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And he's the third. Youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, D.A., and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you. Jordan kicks to Dinwiddie. 6 to shoot. Lopez with the block. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Bledsoe's got the ball, and Jordan sends it back.
Boy, the wingspan of DeAndre Jordan. This guy sends it back with a message.
To the middle. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Pass break, Milwaukee. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Milwaukee. On Monday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
And it's sent back by Lopez. Jared Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Korver's checked in. Ball's knocked loose, stolen by Middleton, and the turnover again by Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Nets leading by 3. Dinwiddie left side, stolen by Middleton, and it's the Bucks on the break. Korver with the ball. Bledsoe finds Lopez. Low block shot. The rebound by the Nets. Allen's got his 5th rebound in this one. And then Allen slams it in.
Boy, phenomenal decision-making from the young guard, Spencer Dinwiddie. Nicely done, putting it on time and on target. Oh, the defense has to stay attached to him on the perimeter.
Nets have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Here's Allen. He can't get it to go. Good D by Lopez. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Korver. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
It's good. And it's 8 points for Allen.
Well, Jared Allen proving he's more than capable of beating good defense. That's nicely done.
The 3 from Korver. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. It's the Nets up by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Brooke. Where is this team right now?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The game was always within a fairly narrow margin, with their largest deficit of the period being 6. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, they've been rewarded for dumping the ball inside, keeping the defense honest. You have to mix it up. A little bit outside, a little bit inside. Now that separates teams.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks. That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Kyle Korver is out there at Bledsoe, and it's Ilyasova in at the center, locking down the middle.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
You have to remember, the Nets surrendered their draft pick every year for 5 straight years, between the years 2014 to 2018. How they turned that into a playoff run last year, one of the great stories in the league.
Timeout called, the Nets. And Doris, you're right. Those picks you're referring to, surrendered by the Nets in their 2013 trade with the Celtics.
And think about it, Kev. That transaction was one in a string of trades by the Nets, trading their picks for veterans. This 2019 draft, only the second time the Nets controlled their pick in the last 9 years. What they have achieved in the face of that is nothing short of remarkable.
The Nets making a switch here. Courage is checked in. They get it back. Jordan. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
Ilyasova down low. He's against Jordan. Here's Giannis. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Giannis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
And how about the splendid floor vision from Antetokounmpo? A good decision maker, improves his passing each and every year.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. The lead is 2. Well, Ersan Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Good motor on the glass, and he could chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
And it's all evened up. That's 12 points for Giannis.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The pass to Caruth. Fires, high post, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Woo-hoo! Kyrie Irving doing work with the pass. That's pretty.
Here's Antetokounmpo. That one goes. Count it. Antetokounmpo's got 14 points for the game.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Right side Durant, stolen by Middleton. Bledsoe at the elbow. Back to Connaughton. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
And checking out some numbers for Irving. Last season, he played outstanding. 11th in assists, 13th in steals, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game. One of the league's premier offensive threats.
And he was the consummate playmaker last season. Completely unselfish. Always had his head up, looking for the open man. Tries it from 9. Durant. Good. Nice job down low. Durant's got 4 this quarter.
Well, we know Kevin Durant can score from all 3 levels. That one, a chippy for him.
Connaughton kicks to Bledsoe. Pass to Giannis. Ilyasova in the post. Guarded by Jordan. Ilyasova passes to Giannis. Tries again, and he sinks the layup. Giannis has got it all tied up now for the Bucks.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
The drive by Jordan. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It goes on Chris Middleton.
Well, you're having a tough time trying to tie down DeAndre Jordan. This guy is a powerful force who knows how to convert.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Prince is checked in for Durant. Karis LeVert comes in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Milwaukee also making some changes. Wilson, he's checked in for Ilyasova. Brown comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. The Nets have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
I'll tell you, Dutch, just great body control, even when he's getting bodied up. Nicely done, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Jared Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And then for Milwaukee, Lopez comes in for DJ Wilson. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Sterling Brown. Antetokounmpo against Allen. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Nets lead by 3. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Taurean Prince is out there with Allen, and it's Chandler in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. High post Allen. Lays it up and banks it in. Allen's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Brooklyn.
And Allen is a problem from right there. This guy's so good at using his body and his touch.
Korver finds Lopez. Outside for Korver. Back to Lopez. From deep. Nailed from three-point land. Lopez has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Matthews with the steal. Here's Giannis. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, I love how he absorbed the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
And the first one at the line is good.
And, you know, the improvement we've seen over the last few seasons with Giannis is incredible. I mean, he just keeps adding to an already superstar-level game.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jordan, he's checked in for Taurean Prince. Kevin Durant comes in for Wilson Chandler. Joe Harris is checked in for Karis LeVert. And Irving subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
And, you know, Greg, this last season, Giannis improving on his rebounding and his passing.
Career highs for him in both of those areas. If he ever adds a deep shot, I'm not sure how you guard him at that point.
Lopez passes to Giannis. Banked in off the glass. Giannis has got the game tied up here for the Bucks.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Here's Durant. The kick out to Irving. The second chance effort, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. And the Nets lead by 2.
The evolution of Kyrie Irving's game continues. Magnificent with the jumper.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
2 minutes. Korver against KD. Now here's Allen. He's tightly guarded. Just 5 on the clock. And Kyrie Irving again.
Huge bucket from Kyrie. Knows how to deliver.
Bucks have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. It's Hill on the wing. He's covered by Irving. Lopez against Jordan. Outside Korver. Three for Matthews. And another three for Milwaukee.
Kevin, you have to love the mindset of Matthews. Always wants to score whenever he has the ball in his hands.
Irving finds Harris. Outside Durant. Yes! And the foul. Ashley Matthews picks one up.
Big moments. This is who Kevin Durant is. He delivers when the game is in the balance.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. Bledsoe comes in for George Hill. And the free throw, no good. Here's Matthews. Kicks it down to Middleton. Passes it to Antetokounmpo. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And really just a great rhythm at the line, whether it's a big lead in the first quarter or with the game hanging in the balance.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Kicks it down to Middleton. And it's sent back by Allen.
Jared Allen twice on the fight. Send it back, young sir.
Harris. Good.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Seconds left in the fourth. Bledsoe kicks to Matthews. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And for him to shoot from that distance is a bit of a head scratcher.
I think as a player, you have to know your strengths and play to them, and that is not within his range.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
I think Kevin Durant prides himself on doing everything at an elite level. And really, think about how he's improved his defense in the prime of his career.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
He knew what was riding on those foul shots and didn't mess around, making this a 2-possession game.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They trail by 5. 30 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And they need to use as little time as possible here. If they can get a bucket before the clock hits 24 seconds, they can try for a stop on the next possession. If there's less than 24, then they'll have to foul.
Bledsoe for 3. It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
It's just another thing to love about Bledsoe. He is underrated in the clutch.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Irving. And Katie, here we go. And Middleton with the block. Bledsoe dishes to Antetokounmpo. Count it!
Eric Bledsoe's court vision is probably underrated. What a pretty pass.
Timeout called the Nets. Durant. Irving looking over the floor. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We've got more in store for you right after this. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, the backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Middleton in at the small forward position.
Melo is playing on fast forward. Bledsoe kicks off the break with a beautiful steal.
Brooklyn trailing. Here's Irving. Durant in the corner. Over Middleton. And it's sent back by Lopez. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Outside Irving, just 5 to shoot. Jordan the pass to Allen. Over Giannis. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Lets it go. And it's sent back by Allen. Here's KD. That one good for 2. KD's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Boy, there is an ease with which Kevin Durant plays the game. This guy knows I can score from anywhere right now.
Bledsoe finds Lopez. On the wing, Giannis. Sweet move. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Jared Allen.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up making the second, and that gives them the lead.
Yeah, he gets them the lead at the free throw line despite the 1 miss.
Moving against Bledsoe. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Durant for 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Pass to Matthews. All sorts of time. Good.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 5. There's 10 seconds left in the first overtime. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
They need to score, and they need to do it quickly, but it is still possible here.
KD, that's for 2. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Wesley, great night for you. How did it all come together?
My team's doing a great job of getting me open, and our guards are finding me, and I'm just putting the ball in the basket when I can.